Okay, the last piece of equipment I'm going to show is the Kubota MX 5200. This is a 52 horse tractor. This replaced my dad's old Massey Ferguson 202 work bull, which I actually liked that tractor. It was pretty cool, but it did have some issues. This is just a way better, it's a way better tractor in my mind. Obviously, you know, it's amazing what 50 years will do to the development of equipment. But this tractor, my dad got it, I think, last fall, and he used it through the winter, and he didn't want to use it for hay, so we kept using the D15, and we actually had some issues with the D15 and the baler down there, the 336, and I actually talked him into it for the second cutting of this summer, and we didn't have a single problem with the baler. It ran smooth and everything. So, you know, it's a nice quiet machine. It runs good and smooth. It doesn't jerk. You know, it's a heavy duty tractor. I mean, it's a nice sized front tire. I mean, nice sized. He got industrials on it because it's mainly just driving around a hay field. You know, that's how it goes. This one, you know, this is their MX line. It's a little bit of a more basic, you know, entry level into the farming line, you know, their M series. So it doesn't have, it's kind of more like Kubota's L series, their standard ones, not their grand, because it's just kind of the basic features. But it is pretty heavy duty loader. I mean, my dad lifts 2,000-pound pallets of seed, and it does okay. We need a counterweight yet. The tires are filled with beet juice, but it needs a little bit more counterweight ballast. So, I mean, it's a nice heavy tube there. It mounts right up to the frame, a couple points, pretty heavy, and it has a bar that goes to the rear axle there and holds it all together. That's go the back here. It's a Category 2 3-point. So like this is a, you know, this is a heavier duty bush hog here. And it doesn't really matter what you use. You can just get some heavier and bigger implements on a Category 2 is all. Obviously he has this hooked up, but you know, the rear end's fairly heavy. Then it has a set of rear hydraulic remotes, and that's going to be handy right there for when we get into actually, if we do get a hay bine, it's going to be very helpful to be able to use that. So because, you know, you need those most oftentimes. That was one of the reasons why we didn't get one a long time ago using the D15, because it only had one set, or not even a set, just had one. So you could power a cylinder to lift up. So, you know, like when we borrowed my neighbor's wheel rake, it had one port to lift up. Actually, it had two because it was a double action cylinder, but you could plug in the one to lift it up, to fold it up, and make it work right, and then just let gravity feed it down. It's kind of an archaic thing, and we probably could add on more, but we're kind of retiring that tractor, except for just moving things around here and there. But yeah, so that's kind of my dad's thinking on that, is to be able to use that. I didn't get one on my Coyote I got for around my property, just because it's like 25 horsepower, so not really going to use anything real heavy like that. Maybe I probably should have. It's easier to do it when you have it at the dealer, but that's neither here nor there. But to continue on this tractor, it is a 4-cylinder diesel. Up here in the chair here, you know, it's got your basic layout for PTO, the 3-point here, then your hydraulic rear remote there. Over here you do have because this is a hydrostatic unit, you do have a low, medium, and high, and then you also have your locking rear end right there. Then Oh. Yeah. And then there's your, actually here's your diff lock down here. You catch it with your foot, your heel right there. And then there's your 4-wheel drive there. Oh, you know what? This is cruise control. My bad. I was looking there and it shows the lock and made me think of it being the locking rear end, but no. The locking rear end's here for the diff lock, and then your 4-wheel drive instant gauge is there. It has, you know, 2 brakes over here. You know, there's no clutch, so to speak. So that's kind of a premium line from Kubota. That aspect of it, you know, not having a clutch at all. But, you know, this is a heavy-duty machine, so it does do a good job of, you know, actually running, you know, running with implements and stuff. So, and then obviously there's a DPF. This is a post, I forget what the year was, but you start having to run the diesel particulate filters. So it'll have a burn off here. You can either turn it on, or you can interrupt it in case you're doing something that you don't want to be starting with. And there's just a throttle here. And your loader joystick over here. And you have a lockout here, so you can lock it out. But don't really ever do that. I've always been kind of impressed with, you know, this little manifold here. Goes into all these steel bits here. Nice bracketry there to hold everything together and keep everything tight. So yeah, I'll start it up real quick. It is a nice quiet machine. If you watched my other video there, when I was started up the D15, this is going to be way quieter. So the glow plugs come on all automatically. As you can hear, that's a really quiet machine. I think the DPF helps a lot with that, because it's got to go through it all. And you know, there's the exhaust hood on these units. They have a little mesh grate here on the hood, so that way they can release some of the excess heat when it does do a burn off. Yeah, I mean, it's got pretty good hydraulics. I mean, and again, I always like pull the key up and make sure that it's off, because I never want to kill a battery. But yeah, so that's the Kubota MX 5200, and for my dad's operation here, really, you know, it was kind of the perfect machine for what he uses, you know, for doing the hay and for doing the seed and all that, and maintaining the property. He's got about, I think, probably 50 acres or so here on this property, and he owns another 40. He rents out most of it out to, you know, bigger farmers and stuff. I'll mess with them sometimes and say, oh, we should put the 40 into doing hay. And, you know, with that small square baler, that'd suck. So maybe with round baler, but maybe someday. But yeah, so I mean, that's kind of the newest addition to, you know, his operation, and it works just spectacularly. So thanks for watching, and you know, I'll be sure to, you know, in the summer, if we're running hay or something, I'll try to make a quick video of this running and hooked up to the baler and stuff like that. So alrighty, well, thanks for watching.